Good evening, folks. We're about to begin. If you would take your seats, please. Okay, at this time, everyone please stand now for the posting of the colors for the event. And with me, we want to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Prepare to close colors. Ready? Post. Big cover. Ready? Face. Breathe in. On. Order. On. Ready? Face. Forward. On. Ready, face, forward, march.
All right, everyone can stand at ease if you had attention. My name is Charles Boone. I'm a retired firefighter for Columbia. I am a Columbia Fire Department. I am Columbia Fire Department. Let me say it like that. I am Columbia Fire Department. I love being a firefighter. If any one of these gentlemen in here mention you, they'll let you know that I love being a fireman, and I love being a Columbia fireman. We have the best department in the world. And I say that because this is the only fire department I work for, and it's been great to me and my family. We've been through a lot of trials and tribulation throughout those 30 years that I served, but we made it. With God's help and His mercy and His will, we made it. And you will make it. Put your hand in God's hand. Trust in God. He will get you through whatever you're going through. And God provide helpers for you. We come in the form of chiefs, firefighters, pastors, mental health personnel, brothers, cousins, sisters, neighbors. They will get you through. God have help everywhere. Seek in Him and He will lead you and He will protect you. I was asked to say the prayer. I was a little surprised myself, because some of y'all know me. I served, a lot of years in the Marine Corps, and I learned a couple of things, and one of them was, that. But I promise you I will get through this, because God has taught me that sometimes all you have to do is reach for Him. He's always reaching to you. Have faith and follow him. Let us pray. Lord God, when we are opposed with difficult situations, dear Father, let us seek you. Let us look to you, Father, for the answer that all that is in our way. Dear Father, we have to make those decisions, dear Father, that we continue to reach for you. Dear Father, bless our families as we do this job that we were called to do. We were called to do this job, and that's why we do that's why we do this job so very great. We were called to do this job. We love this job. And some of us, we need this job. Dear Father, continue to bless and look over our families as we wait for them. Bless our leadership, not only here in this great city, but in our state, in our government, all our government, local or all around the country. Look over them and bless them, dear Father, that they know that when they're in their time of need, dear Father, that they know that they can reach to you at any point in time, dear Father, and you have the answer. Continue to look over them. Dear Father, as we go into this event, bless these heroic men and women who go out and do this job and do a great job at it. That they continue to love this job and seek you in those times of difficulties, dear Father. You have the answer. I know they know that, Father, but sometimes we need to be reminded. Dear Father, I ask for all these gracious and glorious things in your holy and most magnificent name. And all of God's people say, amen. All right. At this time, our Chief Harvey Jenkins, will be coming up to address you.
Y'all may be seated. Let me first of all say thank you for each one of you being here. This is certainly a great occasion that we're here to, I say, celebrate. You know, although there are some tragedies that we went through, but there's always some triumphs that will occur. And I think this is one of them times when we just show the triumph that will occur just by you all, what you did and what you do. And it's fitting that we honor you in this occasion for what you do every day. And I would just say, if your name is not called to walk across the stage, you gotta know that we're all in this together. And none of us, even the recipients, can do it without each other, because we watch one another's back, and this is just an opportunity to point out some of those magnificent things that you all do every day. You do it in the past, you do it in the future, and you just do it every day. And we're extremely proud of what you all do. I want to thank all of the family members and friends that are here to celebrate with us. Truly, we really appreciate that you taking that robbery of your time to spend these precious times with these folks here, with our folks, your folks, with everybody. I do want to recognize, I don't see him, I know he's somewhere right here, my good friend and someone who I admire, someone who I look up to, someone that I can call on at any time. Always got a pleasant word. I ain't talking about you, Larry. But Chief Ford, where are you, Chief Ford? In the back, Chief Ford, thank you for being here and supporting. He always supports us, and we appreciate it at all times. To my command staff, and just to all of our firefighters, we're delighted you're here. So, Ray told me not to be long. He gave me my marching orders. He told me 5 minutes. I think I kept it under 2 or 3. But anyway, again, thank you all for being here. And at this time, I got the pleasure of introducing our speaker. He may be new to some, so I may be introducing him to some, but just reacquainting him with others. And I would tell you, he is a firefighter's firefighter. Just did a magnificent job for this city and this county. And sometimes, you know, when you see people leave, it kind of puts that pit in your heart because you just think that you really want them to still be here and do what they're doing. And he did an excellent job. And I'm so elated that he came here today to give us the keynote speech. So on a personal note, I would say that, you know, I've had to go to him several times just for him to offer up a word of prayer for me. And he did it without reservation. So I really appreciate him. Glad he's here today. So at this time, we bring up Chief Scott Jacobs as our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Chief Jenkins, and thank you, committee, for somehow believing that I would be a good keynote speaker. And it truly is an honor to be here. I've always loved being a firefighter. For those of you that probably don't know me, most of you in this room do, I spent almost 35 years, about 34 and a half years, working for the city of Columbia. And it was by far the greatest career choice that I could have ever made. And so I hope that you guys and gals can one day say the same and be proud to be a firefighter. So Ray told me I had 10 minutes, but I had waited 35 years to get this mic. Now I'm gonna stick to it. Ray called me, I guess, a couple months ago and said that the committee had put this together and asked me if I would be the keynote speaker. And I said, immediately I said, yeah, I'd be honored to do so. And I hung the phone up and I thought, what in the world did I just say yeah to? I've never been a keynote speaker before, but I thought, you know, I've known Ray for a long time. A lot of people think Ray's my son. He actually did live in my house for several years. He was on my taxes a couple times. So I had a little bit to do with raising him. But the first time I met Ray is I was at a firefighter conference, and I come outside that conference and I seen this little red-headed boy over there on the curb selling kittens. And he had a sign that said, Special Operation Kittens. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird, but whatever, man. There were some firemen over there. They were buying them kittens like crazy. Well, about 2 weeks went by, and I was at another conference, and I come out, and there's little Ray over there selling the same kittens, but now they're called engine company kittens. And so I was confused. I went to him and I said, hey, little buddy, you was selling them kittens 2 weeks ago as special ops. Now they're engine. What's the deal? He said, well, now they got their eyes open. Hello. So if you know me, I spent just about my whole career, for the most part, an engine guy. I had 2 sons who I'm proud to say followed in their father's footsteps, and they work here as well. But somewhere I did something wrong, and they deviated into the rescue world. And so, but I give them a hard time. But I love my engine guys. But tonight I want to ask you a question. And the question is this: do you want to be a person that makes a point, or do you want to be a person that makes a difference? Because in life, I think we all want to be a person that makes a difference. But we all know people that are the kind of person that only wants to make a point. Now, we can all fall victim to that. In fact, there's a lady in this room that can testify that I fall victim very often to want to make my point, and that's my wife. But I quickly learned in life, through a lot of wisdom, making my point interferes with me being able to spoon, and I enjoy spooning. And so I had to chill out with making my point and realize I don't need to make a point. I want to make a difference. And so my question to you is that, do you want to make a point, or you want to make a difference? And I just want to talk about 4 things that I believe that we can apply to our life, that you can apply to your life, that would help in that being a person that makes a difference. The first one I want to say is this: show up. When I became division chief, I forgot when it was several years ago, one of my first emails I sent out to the shift was called Show Up. Now, you firemen love to mark off, especially certain times of the year. Y'all think we don't know. We know the deal. And so This was a big problem, probably still a big problem, and so I wanted to address it. But I don't want you to just show up because a chief said show up. But in life, you need to show up. You need to show up and come to work, and you're prepared not only mentally, but physically and practically. Because it's important what you do. The job you do is important. And your being there, and your being prepared, and your being willing to show up and be on time and be prepared is crucial to what you may do that day. And not only do you just need to show up for that, but when it's time to train, when it's time to wash a fire truck, when it's time to clean something, show up and give it your best. It's important. Use that in life to show up when people are counting on you. Another thing that you can apply to your life is be real. You know, in the fire service, I see it over and over again, especially when new people come into the fire service. They want to make their path. They want to make that impression. But don't get caught up in trying to be something that you're not. Be the person that you were created to be. And be real. Be real with your partner on the back of that truck. Be real with your company that you serve with. But also be real in life with your family and with your friends. Don't try to be something that you're not. Because it's important to know who you are. And when you know who you are, you can become what you want to be. And so don't try to be impressive. Don't try to be something that you're not, but be real with the folks that are around you. The third thing that we can apply to our life is to respect and love others. Now, I know in this career, we don't just fight fire anymore. We run a lot of medical calls. I can remember when I was at Dennisville Fire Station, and that's Station 14 if you don't know that. We used to run this guy, his name was Mr. Gilliard. As soon as we walked in the house, you know, Boone, what would Mr. Gilliard say? I ain't fixing to left here yet. I ain't fixing to left here yet. Well, poor Mr. Gilliard finally left here yet. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, we could have choked Mr. Gilliard. We went there over and over and over again. I get it. But it's in those moments that you need to be able to fake it till you make it, as they say. Because people are depending on you and calling on us on the worst day of their lives. But not only do we need to show that respect and that love to those that we serve, but show that love and respect to the ones that you are on that company with. Every day is not going to be a good day. Unfortunately, we bring a lot of things into this profession, a lot of our personal lives, and all that stuff comes down on us sometimes. But have some patience and some respect for those that you work with, because we're all different. We come from all different backgrounds. And the way I do something is going to be different than the way you do something. But we can still show love and respect for each other. And the fourth thing I want to say to you is don't quit. Don't give up. Life is hard. Being a fireman is hard. You guys, you know, we sacrifice a lot of time at this place. We miss out on a lot of family events. We miss out on a lot of activities. And sure, you can look at things and think the grass is greener over here or over there. Sometimes the department's not going to be going the direction you want it to go in. I get it. I've had all those conversations and all those frustrations. Again, you can ask my wife. But don't quit. It's worth it. It's worth putting in the effort and the time to get up every morning, to show up, and to commit to being the firefighter that you were created to be. There's no greater profession. And so I ask you again, do you want to be someone that just makes a point, or do you want to make a difference? I believe if you apply those four things in your life, you will look back at it one day and you can be that person that made a difference in other people's lives. I love you guys. I miss you guys. But as I've told people, I don't miss you enough to want to come back. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Jacobs. My name is Anthony Holloway. I serve the Columbia Fire Department as Chief of Operations. Each year, the Columbia Fire Department responds to over 45,000 calls for help. It is our mission to respond to each of these calls with expert intervention. Our responding companies provide stability out of chaos and hope out of despair. Today, we recognize the people that answer those calls for help. It is the natural stance of the fire service to perform these acts out of duty, without any expectation of ever receiving recognition for their efforts or their actions. That trait is intrinsic to our trade. It is the virtue of selfless service that drives our continued response. Every firefighter must have a belief in what we do. They must believe in the heart of our mission. That mission is that our interventions save the lives of the people who we come in contact with. For the men and women in Columbia Fire Department, we have always said that our impact is enough. Today, we want our companies to know others have seen your impact, and we believe it is worth recognizing. Without further delay, I would like to begin the presentation of awards. Our first awards this evening are for personnel who exhibit superior fitness. Our recipients are for Captain Chad Alexander, Captain Adam Lotstetler, John Paparella, and Marcus P. All right, our next award this evening is Outstanding Support Staff Award. Awarded to a member of any division within Columbia Fire besides suppression. The recipient of this award will demonstrate a genuine dedication to the public and departmental good. The recipient will represent an asset to the department's mission. Tonight we have 3 recipients. Mr. Paul Baust, Ms. Brittany Tarr, and Ms. Kristen Womack. Our next award this evening is Educator of the Year. This award is given to recognize the extraordinary efforts of a member to share his or her practical knowledge or innovations by providing training to other firefighters in his or her company, battalion, division, bureau, and/or the general department. This evening we honor Eric McElhenney and Ariel Thomas. The next award is Fire Marshal of the Year, given annually to the City of Columbia Fire Marshal who has shown superior performance, community service, dedication, and motivation to code enforcement. Tonight's recipient, Ken Smith. Call me hero. Our next award this evening, Rookie of the Year. Award to a first-year suppression employee. This will be awarded to the individual within each recruit class who has shown excellent learning skills, superior performance, and a desire for gaining the skills, knowledge, and education to be a successful and valuable asset to the Columbia Fire Department. This year, the award goes to Eli Presnell. Our next award, the Ozarki Knots Senior Firefighter of the Year, given annually to that senior firefighter who has shown superior performance, companionship, and motivation. This year, this award goes to Bryce Machane. Congratulations. Our next award, the Timmy Young Fire Engineer of the Year, given annually to the fire engineer who has shown superior performance, guidance, and motivation. This year we have two recipients, Assie Kibler and Andrew McKinney. Well deserved, my friend. Our next award, the Battalion Chief Joe M. Key Officer of the Year, given annually to that officer who has shown superior performance, leadership, and motivation. This year, two recipients, Chad Alexander and Chris Ford. Our next award, the William May Leadership Award, awarded to that individual of any rank within the Columbia Fire Department that has demonstrated spectacular leadership in an informal or formal manner. The recipient will lead others to improve themselves in all aspects of the fire service and effecting positive change, including leading others to improve service to the public in an exemplary manner. Two recipients this year, Jacob Eller and Robbie Wharf. Congratulations, Chief. Sir. Congratulations, Chief. Our next award this evening, the Chief's Cross. Awarded to a member who has performed an act of heroism, reserved for the Chief of Department to recognize a member of citizen from some outstanding achievement within or outside the fire department that causes a positive and dramatic change in the fire department and or the community. It is given in honor of all former fire chiefs and the Columbia Fire Department. This year, the recipient of the award is Colleen Foster. Ms. Foster is recently retired and was not able to make it here tonight because of a death in her family. But if Ms. Foster, if you're watching streaming, we love you and we appreciate all you've done for us over your career. Meritorious Award, Cross Award. Awarded to a member who has performed an act of heroism to aid another while not on duty. This year, this award goes to Matthew Hook. Our next award, the Green Cross Award. Awarded to recognize an employee's efforts in saving or freeing endangered firefighters, victims of a fire, vehicle entrapment, technical rescue, hazardous material incident, or any other rescue situation. This year's recipient, Kenneth Warr. The fire service is a team sport. Our success is based on our ability to work together, to negotiate obstacles and overcome adversity. These next awards are formal company division citations to recognize a company or division that overcame adverse conditions as a team to uphold the CFD mission. We recognize Rescue 1, Shift 2, Bobby Phillips, Connor Brown, Caleb Jacobs, and Ryan Sesty. Our next company citation is awarded to Engine 14, Shift 2, Michael Barkley, Quinn Sanders, Samuel Twigger. Next company citation is awarded to the Engine 27 Rescue 3 Combination Shift 2. John Moak, Trent Henderson, Oliver Duncan. Our next award is the Phoenix Award, given in recognition of the members' critical judgment and actions in performing life-preserving or life-resuscitating efforts for severely injured or ill patients. The recipients this evening are Adam Baker, Charles Baxter, Adam Beal, Anthony Bookman, Jesse Busey, Chris Bird, Raymond Champagne, Courtney Clowney, Justin Epps, Akil Finley, Justin Gallman, Austin Graham, Melanie Henderson, Dale Hornsby, Michael Jeffers, Cruz Mata, Kevin McDonald, Josh Muscatus, Kevin O'Brien, Kurt Pashol, Willie Pelzer, Nathan Phillips, Khalid Ramzadar, Jared Shelton, Chapman Smith, Chad Solomon, Steve Solomon, Travis Spigner, Len Stokes, Trevor Sulcer Jr., Gregory Walker, and William Young. Our next award this evening, the Maltese Cross. Awarded to a member who was severely injured in the line of duty in the service of life-saving, fire suppression, technical rescue, or hazardous material mitigation. The recipients this evening, Jesse Harden, Braden Slater, and Brad Youngblood. Our next award is the Medal of Bravery. Awarded to a member who has exceeded normal job expectations in order to complete a mission against unconventional odds. Our recipients this evening, Desiree Colon, James Dunbar, David Meyer, Austin Graham, Randall Hedden, David Morgan, Jarrell Richburg, Jay Ross, Trevor Sulcer, and Chun Pan. How are you? Congratulations. Got a photo bomb. Yeah. Right. Good to see you. Thank you. Our next award, Medal of Valor. Awarded to a member who exhibited personal courage in an effort to rescue or protect another under hazardous conditions. Our recipients this evening, Chad Alexander, Bradley Brown, and Danny Lowry. No photobomb, Brown's panel. Our next award, the Medal of Honor. Awarded to a member who has acted under life-threatening conditions to courageously save or protect another. Our recipients tonight, Connor Brown and Ryan Espling. David Fender, Matthew Hook, Andrew Morris, Bobby Phillips, Dante Thomas. This concludes our 2023 award ceremony. To all our personnel, thank you for readying your equipment, for preparing yourself mentally and physically to do the job of handling individual citizens' worst days of their lives. To the families, thank you for your sacrifice and for the support that you provide the personnel of the Columbia Fire Department. I'd like to turn it over to Chief Jenkins for some closing remarks.
We wanted to make this quick, easy, and painless. And as you can see, we got a lot of people that got some awards, but that is just not indicative of what these men and women do every day. That's just a small portion of what they do every day. Run a lot of calls every day, and we really appreciate them. And we're proud of each one of you. We're proud of this department, and we stand behind you all 100%. The command staff now are committed to making sure that you all got everything that you need, and that's what we're committed to. I do want to, I can't close without saying this. So when this thought came to me about doing an award ceremony this year, and I thought about it, I said, you know, we really need to put a committee together. I didn't want this coming from me. I thought this should come from you all. And that's what we did. They didn't want me to call their names, but I do have to recognize this committee because they took it on such short notice, and they really did a lot of research. They did all the legwork, and I really appreciate everything that they did. Could not, and I just tell you, it could not have happened without them. It could not happen without them. They didn't want me to recognize them, but like I told somebody, I'm the chief, and I'm going to recognize them. So I'm going to ask all of those that served on that committee to at least stand. I wasn't going to call your name, but at least stand, please. When I tell you they did a great job, they really did. They came up with everything, made my job so easy. So again, we really appreciate everybody being here. And I guess at this time we need to retrieve the colors. Okay.
Ready, face, present, talk. Forward, talk. Prepare to retrieve colors. Retrieve the colors. Ready, face. Forward, talk. Ready, face. Forward, talk.
Thank you all and have a blessed night.